Let's get it. Let's get it. Yo, what it do?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Bill?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. Okay, good. Tell everybody where you born and raised at.
I was born and raised in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. I stay in the Elkin, North Carolina area now.
Uh, okay, okay. You been there your whole life?
I lived in, I grew up, like I said, I was born and raised in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. And I moved to Elkin about a year ago, it's only like 30 minutes from there. So I've been there a little bit.
Thanks, thanks, thanks. Then I see you got the song. You dropped the music. Been doing music. So like, what made you start doing music though? Like, what made you get into music?
Music and writing has really always been a passion of mine. I've written since I was a kid. Um, it was how I expressed myself a long time ago. I wasn't as always as outspoken as I am now.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to more so write and sing my feelings opposed to just talking about them. So,
Right, right, right. Then you dropped the song "Love in the Big Dick." Explain that song.
well, I feel like plus size women, we don't really, people don't expect, they expect us to just take what they give.
What you
You
mean by
know,
that?
the kind of men that try to like come into my inbox and stuff, it just be people of all. I mean, that's fine. People of all different walks of life. People, and when you turn them down, like they're just sort of like taken aback. And I guess because I'm a plus size woman, they just expect me to take whatever is given to me, and that's just not the case. And I felt like I was writing from a place where that's what every woman wants. Every heterosexual woman wants. They want to be loved and they want to feel something. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, don't come at me. No offense to people that have that issue, but don't come at me with no Vienna sausage, and then you ain't shit on the side too. Like, no. So I feel like I was
Right,
speaking
right.
for a lot of women.
Okay, so who had gave you some of that good meat for you to write that song though? Like who inspired you to write that song?
Um, well, I mean, I have had experiences with. This is the thing. You either get. I've never got both at the same time. If that makes sense, you'll either get a sausage, and then they ain't shit. Like they're not personable. You don't click, or then you meet with somebody and it's just like, oh, you click, but then the other part. So when I wrote that, it's just like you want to meet and find both of those. You
But
meet and find
nobody's
both those.
perfect though.
Nobody's perfect, but there's a okay. Size is not everything, but
Why is
I definitely don't want somebody that has the size, but they have no care for me. If that makes sense.
why is dicks have such a big thing in the black community?
I think honestly, I think a lot of it's music. I think
What is it so with this? Why would all most modern women want a man who's a porn star in bed? He's a porn star.
it's
Like,
just TV and the
what,
music videos and all that kind of stuff. That's what it teaches us. That is, and I hate to say it, when we're too young to be hearing that shit is when they teach
so
us that
what I'm
shit.
trying to figure out is fucking up the relationships in the homes right now. People been
That's
social
true.
pro. People, these females been watching rap videos and all this bullshit since they were 4 or 5 years old. Want these guys, these thugs, whatever, quote unquote thugs. They were socially programmed. I just don't understand it though. I mean, and most modern females only got like two moves anyway, so I don't understand what they're gonna do with all that anyway. I just don't get it. They got two moves that they know. I don't get it though. I just do you. So, what is the preferable height size that you want to?
Mm, I would like for someone to at least be my height, which I'm like 5'7", 5'8", but I prefer like 6 and up. But I'm not picky about that. As long as you're not shorter than me, I'm not really tripping.
Damn, I'm 5'5". God damn it. God damn it. Go. Then you said about size. Like, what is preferable size? 6 inches, 7 inches. Like, what preferable D size?
Okay, well, like I said, Personally, I would like you to be above average. I would like it to be over 6 inches. Personally, I mean, I don't want nobody coming at me with a 4 because then you know what I'm saying. You don't want nobody coming. I mean, no. I mean, I can only be so understanding. So
Mm.
I mean, and I'm not perfect. And I mean, there could you never know. I could have passed up my soulmate
I
who was
believe a
bad.
lot of women pass up their soulmate, and now the soulmate is with somebody else, and you were supposed to be able to, but because you missed it, you was watching, listening to rap videos and watching these rap videos and TikToks videos and listening to the Shade Room. You missed out on your opportunity of love, though. I just feel like a lot of people doing it right now.
And you're very right. And you know what? That's the shallow part of.
It's
I mean,
very shallow.
I'm a feminist, but that's the shallow part of women. But that's the
Oh,
shallow
you're a
part of men.
feminist? Explain feminist. What is your stance on feminist? Explain it.
I I'm all for women empowerment. I feel like women should be able to make their decisions about their body. I feel like a man should not be able to tell me what to do with my body because it's my body. Like on stances on like abortion and things like that, I feel like that is a woman's choice. Like and do I feel bad for men? Now I'm a more lenient one. I feel bad for men that fuck up and impregnate women that are not willing to keep their children. But just like they tell women to close their legs, watch your dick. You should ask those kind of questions when you lay down with somebody like that. Okay, look, if something happens, are you? How do you? What's your stance on that? If she tells you, "Oh no, I'm not doing this. I'm kill," don't do that. So it goes both ways. So I mean, I do feel bad for these men that go out here and they get these women pregnant that don't want their children. But at the same time, it's just like at the end of the day, they always tell the woman, "Oh, she should have kept her legs closed," or they bring religion into it. You, everybody was, you should have asked those questions.
I'm not a feminist, and I'm just for the right thing, man. I'm just for the right. I ain't all the way on the guy's side. I ain't all the way. I'm just for the right. I'm just for the right. There's too much. Well, I gotta be for the guys. We gotta be for the women. Why you just can't be for the right thing? Though? I don't get the. Right, I agree with that. I do believe in choice, but how do you feel about women saying "hot girl summer" and dogging out the men? Are you for that as well too? With that movement,
Now, don't get me wrong. When the song comes on, I'm bopping. I'm doing all the women my age do.
icy girl summer.
But but at the same time, when you sit down and think about it, like we was talking about a minute ago, like a lot of women miss out on their soulmates because of things like that. Like I mean, and this, like I said, this is me coming back to reality because I was just listening to Megan Thee Stallion and listening to the Cash Shit song on my way home this afternoon, and I was in there, I was with it, and then when you turn the shit off, it's like, well, damn, you know, you never know. Like dogging out men, it's not wrong. Like hurt people hurt people. That's
I
what a
just
lot of
don't
us need to
understand
realize
is these
that.
people are just making music to feed their families, and people are really taking this shit fucking hard. They're doing this to pay their bills and eat, so they can
That's
buy
true.
groceries for their family. Why are people taking this music so serious? I've never seen a generation of people taking this music. They taking it hard, bro. The guys, they're trying to be like their favorite rapper, dogging out the women, and then the guys trying to be drug dealers. What the hell? I'm
You're
getting
right. It's true.
uh okay, so your stance on it is so you for it. When women say they're feminist, that means they're pro women and anti men. That's what you're saying as well, or you just
There are some that are like that. Like I said, I'm more lenient. I have compassion for a man in a situation that they don't have control over. I'm mainly feminist when it comes to like reproductive things or like the abortion thing that we just talked about. I cut throat. No, that is my decision. It's my body. If I don't want to do this, I'm not going to do this. But I would be woman enough, because I actually have a child. I
mm,
would be woman enough to have that conversation. Like, look, this is what is going on. I don't want to do this. Oh, well, can you just have the baby and give it to me? No, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm not an incubator to just make your child. I'm not going to do that for you. You know, but I do, like I said, I feel bad for men. I do feel bad for men that want children, but they fuck up and have them by the wrong person, get the wrong person pregnant. Because I've seen that. I mean, it's sad, but I'm just not going to do it for you just because you asked me to.
you had guys that ask you that.
No, I mean, I've actually, when I had, like I said, I have a child.
Mm.
I had my son when I was 20 years old. I got pregnant with him and had him at 20. I included his dad in the decision. Like, I asked him, so what would you like to do? Because we were actually together. His family didn't believe in abortion. I wasn't at that time. I was actually pro-life. I didn't believe in it either. Um, so we decided we were going to have our child, and I love my son. He's the best thing that's ever happened to me. But what changed me was I've had some friends that's been in some situations where they really just couldn't have a child. Like they were in some bad situations. And this was a situation where the dad wasn't even trying to, they don't want any parts. They won't even help pay for it. Like,
I look at it like this right here. If you got a certain, you got to look at your bank account, and you realize you ain't really got no money like that. I don't believe you should be having sex.
that's a very smart thing that
If
you
you
said
don't
there.
have a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen, please stop having sex. Why? I feel like we got a lot of kids out. That's why a lot of men are broken homes because a lot of these women having kids, their kids ain't even meant to be here. They just had a fucking sneaky link or one night stand with a man, and they weren't even meant to be here. That's why a lot of men are in jail, a lot of broken homes,
That's
and
true.
ain't many families here because of that situation. I think, hell, I'm advocating. We might need to take it. We might need to have goddamn some abortions because these motherfucking bastards robbing people out here. I don't want to get robbed.
Yeah, I think it needs to stay legal. Definitely think that. Like there's the church aspect where, like I said, I grew up a Southern Baptist, and the church drills into you, oh, that's wrong, da 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 da. But what about all the kids in foster care and shit that nobody cares about and nobody will go adopt? They don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about them.
yeah. I
Why
feel like
put more
man, I
here?
feel like all children need love, man. I mean, it's just sad out here. Like it's
They
just
do.
fucked up. A lot of kids,
Also,
a lot of kids, I don't believe is made out of love. They've been made out of lust.
oh yeah, they definitely, especially the last 10, 15 years. I
No,
would
the last
definitely say.
40 years. I looked at a statistic. United States got more single mother broken homes than any other state, other country. More broken homes or whatever. It just, you know, people just can't keep their legs closed. And I guess they listen to Cardi B. Everyone want to be a savage and city girl. I don't know, man. It's social programming right now. What's going on? Uh, do you believe in having sex on the first date?
I'm going to. Okay. Have I done it? Yes. Was it right? No. And now that I'm older, I realize that. Like, I think a lot of people don't realize their worth, especially women of today's age. Like, you feel like you gotta do stuff. You just feel like you gotta test drive the car. And like I said, I have done it, and do I regret it? Yes. I mean, but I don't think you should now. Now I wouldn't. No.
Okay, so you saying so? How long do you make a man wait for sex, man?
Well, I think the longest amount of time, and this may not be long to some, I may be judged for saying this. I could say, a couple months. I mean, I could do that.
Now you got a baby right now, so you saying 2 to 3 months he should wait to have sex with you.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
You said he should wait 2 to 3 months to have sex with you. Is what you're saying? That's a long time right there.
Yeah, like I think I know my worth now. There was a time where I can honestly say I didn't. Like I didn't know my worth, and I felt like I came across people that realized I didn't know it too. So that was a situation where I won't say that I was taken advantage of, but I had to learn by experience and do better. Like I said, I value me more. You're gonna get to know me. I like to talk. If I don't like what you're saying, you're not gonna get none of me. No, that's where I'm at with it.
Mm.
Because there's no
Okay,
need to
I
making
respect
soul
that.
ties with people.
Right, you do make soul ties. That's why I feel like a lot of women can't sleep at night, and a lot of guys, not just women, guys as well, can't sleep at night because they've been having too many sexual partners. They can't get no rest. All those entanglements, those are bottled up inside you. Mm. Very how you feel about the hookup culture though? Because a lot of people ain't even dating them, but they just fucking.
Um, if that's what you want to do, as long as you're being safe, no judgment here. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I just say don't put no more diseases in the world. For the rest of us. That's
Stop
all I
putting
got
in
to
wanting
say.
kids.
That too, like I said, go take care of that. If you don't want that, and another thing, quit having sex with people that you honestly would hate on a personal level. Like she just looks good, and you just want to experience that. You're not supposed. Maybe you're not supposed to, because I mean, that's a terrible baby mama drama situation. Like if something happens there.
I was just thinking about this earlier. For some reason, I don't even want to say the black community. I don't want to say black. Well,
Go
I can
ahead,
say
say
black. I'm gonna say black. I'm gonna say black because I'm black, so I can say it. Y'all might not like it. Y'all, I just feel like in the black community, more women nowadays, modern day women, just know how to have sex. Not talking about you. Not talking about you.
okay.
Know how to have sex, take trips, or whatever, and bust it wide open at these clubs and dance. But they don't know how to be future wives, and good mothers. They only know how to fuck, party, and goddamn shop and all that shit. They don't know how to be mothers and fucking future wives.
No, no, they don't.
Who's raising these? I don't even know who's raising some of these people.
Broken people,
Huh?
broken women, broken and women without daddies, men without daddies, and that's. I'm not talking about anybody who didn't have that. I'm just saying one was absent, one was there. Sometimes both of them was there and they just neglected. I mean,
Right, right. I just feel like right now we're in a generation right now, millennials. We got a lot of young mothers who don't know how to be mothers and weren't ready to be mothers at that time, and they don't have anything to how to be motherhood. They're partying, they're on social media, and they just taking pictures with their kids and dressing them up and thinking they're good mothers. No, they're not. That doesn't mean a fucking. That doesn't mean shit. You
a
know,
lot of them, a lot of them,
like
their kids live with their grandparents and they just go take the pictures and then leave.
it's like they just put these pictures up, but then later on they fucking feed, they're twerking and shaking their ass and they pop up. I'm like, wait a minute, how did this go? What? Right? They probably don't even live with them. Do you take social media serious though? Because a lot of people, I read a statistic they social media make people with anxiety, depression. They compare themselves. Do you get that from social media?
They're yes and no. And what I mean by that is like, okay, there's the pressures of, like I said, okay, you see these celebrities, right? And you see how they're living, and it's just like, we're all want to try to financially gain and become more than what we are. So I feel like there's the pressure there and who you know. But at the same time, I'm really sort of carefree now. I've sort of found I think I told you a little bit of this offline, but I found the plus size community that I'm very active in. Like I have friends, other plus size people that really encourage and push each other to be better people, body positivity. That's where I'm at now. I don't really care about anything now. And honestly, since I've stopped really caring, my following has jumped up. I mean, I'm just doing me and being me. So, yes
Right,
and no.
right, right. Okay, okay. You believe it also can be toxic at some time?
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Because you know what? People don't fight in real life really much anymore. They fight online.
No, you're right. They don't fight. People shoot now.
That's
People are shooting. Man, shit, crazy. You can't even hit. You hit somebody car by accident, they're ready to shoot you, bro. They just pulling out these guns again. People getting shot. The only argue, like you said, is online. That's the only time you gonna hear somebody argue or whatever. And everybody got an opinion now with social media. Everybody know. Everybody's an expert or an analyst or a goddamn, genius now because we got the internet and social media. So people fact check the fact they know it all. We got know it alls on the internet. People like I'm pretty sure people clap back at you or whatever. Do you respond to them or you block them or what?
I respond long enough for them to see what I said and then block. I sure do. I clap back. Let me tell you why. Because I know what it's like to feel less than. I know what it's like to be bullied, mistreated. I'm not going to do that in my adult life. I'm just not going to have that. I've learned to care about me. And now that I've learned to care about me, nobody's going to make me feel less than. And I tell anybody, if someone's mistreating you, don't take that shit. Take out for yourself. And then I'm going to take away your access to me because you're just having fun trying to pick at me. So I'm going to go ahead and say something to you and hurt your feelings and let you see it, and I'm going to block you. Then you can't get to me anymore. I mean, I take the time to block people. I don't have a problem doing that.
Yeah, I block a lot of people too. A lot of people. What are some of the evil, rude things that they be saying on the internet? Like, everybody's tough on the net.
Oh, like, there'll be some people that, are not body positive, and they'll be, oh, you're fat, you're ugly, you're this. It's always a fat joke. Or, like, they'll put little, like, the throw up emoji, just mean stuff. I actually had a dude years ago. I still remember this to this day. He actually had wanted to see me, like, talk to me, probably just wanted to sleep with me, honestly. And I wasn't interested. And because of that, he literally went on Facebook and called me a whale, like, talk pure shit about me online.
Hmm.
And I mean, Yeah, so I've had people say shit.
Right, right. You say you was bullied. Like, how was you bullied in your adolescent years?
I was very, I was very shy, reserved. I had a real issue with expressing myself, and because of that, I sort of got picked on. I grew out of that, luckily. Like, I don't, some people say, "Oh, I want to go back to high school." I would never go back. I would never go
I
back to
hate high
school.
school, man. I hated it. Shit sucks.
It was terrible. I would
I
never go back. I
hated
found
it.
myself outside of school, and now
People,
the people that didn't like me, they like me now.
I bet them guys, same guys who talk shit about you in your DMs now, huh?
Okay.
It fucking never fails. I can't make this shit up. Now they trying to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. Do you respond back, give them a chance, or what?
I'm at a place now where I will, if like an old classmate or something, I see them and they speak, "Oh, I'm really proud of you," or "I see where you just, I love what you've done. I love that you've overcame all that." And then I remember something that they've either said or an instance where they've done something to me. But you know what? In that instance, I do take the high road because it's like I won. I won in that in the end because you over here telling me that you're proud of what I'm doing and don't forget you, and it's just like, oh, how could I not? You mistreated me years ago. I'll never forget you.
I just feel like I don't understand how people can judge somebody from high school. Like, people grow and people mature. How can you judge somebody what they did when they was in 12th grade to when they're 25? Like, how? I don't understand that. People are so stuck in the past mindset. They can't grow. Like, I don't get it though, man. The internet is undefeated. Do you get weird DMs, or like do a lot of guys be like sending you pics or whatever, or like sending you like crazy comments in your DM?
Every day, because of some of the stuff I post on my page. This one guy messaged me saying he wished I would sit on my face. He wanted me to sit on his face, and if he died, he died. I've had some want to see my feet, some want to see my stomach, some of them just beg to just see me in general, like just weird shit. I get something strange every day. I get a laugh every day.
Do you like respond back to them, like actually hit them up, continue the conversation with them, and meet with them, or you block them, or you just
It comes with a message request, a lot of them, and I'll just delete. Now, if somebody messages me and they're generally just, "Hey, how are you doing?" I'll respond to that. But when they start talking stupid or say something dumb, that's when I just quit responding. And I let them see I read it and don't say no more. Like, I'm not going to hide or anything. I want you to know that you said something wrong, and this is the consequence of it.
now you post a lot of twerking stuff on your social media. Are you freaky like that in real life, or you just you're doing your body positivity?
No, like, I mean, I believe in having a good time and stuff like that. Now, in my regular everyday life, let me tell you, like, I sweats, my headband and stuff like that. I put on a little bit for social media, like most people, because of my following and because of what I'm trying to do ultimately. But I do the things that I do. I have no problem dressing up and going out and doing those things. Like, I'm going to a big girl event next month. I'm going to a plus size foam party at a nightclub, and you have to wear a bathing suit only. I'm gonna be in there showing out. Believe
Yeah,
that.
shaking your head. How you feel about Lizzo twerking in games in public and hollering at Chris Evans from Captain America or whatever? How you feel about that right there?
I love it, and let me tell you why. People have tried to say for so long that plus size women are supposed to wear little flower shirts and granny pants and stuff like that. I love seeing somebody like her on TV, somebody with some rolls and dimples and stuff. I want to see somebody bigger. I want to see even bigger woman. I'm happy to see it. Now, everybody's not happy to see that, but she's not doing anything any different than what regular or average size women do. So what's so wrong with her doing that? Because somebody likes it. I promise you, she's got a man. She's not hurting for dick.
Well, she's still shooting a shot at Chris Evans for whatever reason. I don't know why, but yeah, she still want to get Pac-Man a chance, man. How you feel about that? She still want to look out for Pac-Man, man. I don't get it.
For Pac-Man. Who's that?
BFD Pac-Man, the rapper. I don't know if you heard of him. Big
I
rapper.
I
Have you,
don't. I haven't heard of him actually.
you never heard of him? Okay. Yeah. A lot of people say she's cocky or whatever. Like, when you say what's the difference between cocky and confidence, though? Like,
Cocky is when you feel like you're untouchable, when like you're better than people. Confident is I know that I'm beautiful. I know that I'm that I'm sexy, I'm this, I'm that. But you know what? I can tell you that you're a bad bitch too. That's confidence when you can look at another woman and uplift her and not be jealous. Cocky is jealousy. Cocky is not cute, and no one should be that.
Right. Okay. So, what would you rate your freakiness from 1 to 10 without using 7?
I would say 7. Let's say 7.
Can't use 7.
Hmm.
Can't use 7.
Yes, the 7.
You can't use 7.
Oh, you can't say 7. Okay. I can't say. I don't want to go too high because I've calmed down and I've gotten a little older. Okay, we're gonna say 6 now. We'll say
You
6.
say you calm down. Like, what you were doing? You eat ass or something? Like, what?
No, no. Now that I'm not gonna do. Like, I mean, no, that I would never do. That trend, I feel like I don't know where that came from. They need to throw that out. No, I'm not doing that.
Right. Not at all. Ever. They say never, though.
Never. I mean, I've had someone try to do it to me, and I was even uncomfortable with that at the time. Now I wish I would have because they were beautiful, but
Interesting. Okay. Have you ever had sex for money?
no, I have not.
Have you ever had sex to manipulate somebody?
No.
Okay. You ever
I
been
don't.
recorded? What was you
Huh?
about to say?
No, never.
Well, have you ever been recorded?
Yes, and that did not go well.
Okay, was it on his phone or your phone?
Uh, it was on his, and like I said, I don't do that now. I don't believe that because it backfired. I tell any woman out there, don't let them do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You believe he still got that video, or were y'all trying to post it on the internet? Like, you know what I'm saying? What was
it
that?
it backfired, and they tried to do that. And I don't think so now, but at the time, I was in a really it was not a good point in my life. Like, I was very embarrassed about that. People were talking about me, and I sort of cared at the time what people said. Now I don't really care so much, but I mean, even now, and this was years ago, I still think about that. Like, I do regret that.
What were they saying?
I mean, like, I actually didn't see a lot of the comments because I didn't really associate with some of the people, but they were just like laughing about it and talking about the era that we were at and things like that. They were just laughing, and
You
it
said
was
the area y'all was on, like in public?
no.
Right. Okay, so you still okay. So basically, you got exposed, basically. So that's why you kind of like don't like having phone around, like
Yeah,
recording.
no, yeah, I'm not
Right.
with that.
Interesting. Have you ever teased a guy before and not give him sex?
I'm gonna think about that. Yeah, I've done that,
Now, why did you do that?
and I was wrong for it. Like I said, this was years ago. Um, I wanted some power. I was a very hurt individual. That doesn't excuse it, but I was hurt. Someone had hurt me. I wanted to hurt somebody else. I want somebody to feel how I felt at the time.
So you invited him over to your home?
No, like this person, and they actually, it's really sad. I look back on it. They wanted to date me. Um, we actually did hang out a few times, and when I felt like it was getting there, I sort of pulled back from it. I mean, I think I made them feel like it was going to get there, but then I got cold feet about it, and I was just like, no, I'm not going that way.
So you saying basically you was feeling that pain and you wanted him to feel what you was feeling?
I had just got out of a bad breakup, and this person like immediately had interest in me, and honestly, I felt like they were trying to piggyback off that and just to see that they can fuck with my emotions. So it's like, I'm gonna get you first. That was, and it was
Now you
wrong.
got so you got relationship PTSD is what you're saying.
Let's just say I'm one woman that I can honestly say I don't ever plan to be married. I don't want to be married. I don't
Mm.
believe in that. I don't believe in marriage. I for other people, I think it's a beautiful thing. But for me, no. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be married.
Right.
I don't think I'll ever trust anyone enough to marry them. I don't want to do that.
Mm. So you're gonna be a player for life? Is what you're saying?
No, I'm okay with living in sin. I'm okay. I'll have a man if I want one, but I'm just never going to get married. Like if that's something that they want to do, and I have had someone want to marry me, and I just told them like it's not. I don't want to do that.
So you had a man to get on his knee and propose to you and say, "I want you to be my wife."
No, they didn't do it the right way. They did it the old fuck shit way. Like, I want to marry you, want to get a ring and all this. And I
Oh, why was it fuck shit? Wait a minute. Why was it fuck shit right there?
because he didn't do it the right way. Number one, and then number two,
Well,
the,
maybe he
the
was talking to you to see what your headspace was like.
there's a right way and a wrong way to do that, and they didn't do it the right way, and unfortunately, um, I just told them, that's not for me. I don't think there's some unresolved issues.
Do you seek therapy?
I've been to therapy.
Why you stopped
Um,
going?
uh, Running wild. I mean, I went for a few years, and then it was just, you know what? I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna run wild and be free with my friends, and I felt that I could heal myself, if that makes sense. When you're really young, you feel like you're invincible.
How old you is?
I'm 27.
Don't you feel like you should go back and get some help? I mean, I understand what you're saying. I hear what you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs healing. I'm still healing and recovering, and, growing. But don't you feel like you should go back and get back on that way? Keep getting those resources.
I do, and I plan on it. I have to take the time, and that's really a thing. I have to take the time to do that, and I plan to.
Because I feel like, man, people who stop going to therapy it's like somebody sick with cancer and they don't want to go to get help. So they're gonna go to chemo one time and expect to keep getting healed. But you gotta keep going. It's a process. It's like, somebody on the diet losing weight. It's a process or whatever. Do you feel like black community, like mental health is like frowned upon? It's kind of like people look at you just soft or you're not as
It,
hard thing.
it is frowned upon. Our community doesn't believe in going to get help. We think a whooping solves everything. We think, you
Some
know,
drugs, alcohol, sex.
yeah, like we don't believe in getting the help we need. But also, and especially like in the South, you know, being crazy, they don't want to hear that. There's not a lot of resources around in certain areas. Especially in our community, they're not going to tell you to go get help, and if you do, they're going to talk shit about you if you do. So
I realize some people gonna talk about you when you're alive. People will talk about when you're dead. People just
that's
gonna
true.
talk, man. People just gonna talk because they want to talk. So I feel like people need to get it, man. The black community, we need we need therapy. Kids need therapy. We need strengths. I think, we have to stop this. It's a cycle going on of generational curses. It's,
Preach. True.
it's a cycle going on. Do you want your son to be married?
If that's what he wants, I do. I will say this: God knew what He was doing when He gave me a son, because I think He knew that I needed to restore my trust in a man. Like my son is the sweetest, most loving child, and he's a little man that's going to love me for the rest of my life. That's my best friend. Um, I do want him to be happy. I hope he meets a nice woman. If he wants to be married, I want him to do that. But I'm also going to be the kind of mom, if I see him like doing a woman wrong, I'm going to pull him aside. Don't do that. Don't do that. I didn't raise
Oh,
you to do that.
how your son is?
He's 7.
Now, would you want your son to date a woman like you?
A woman like me. I've never been asked that. I'm going to say no, and I'm going to tell you why. I can say I'm a damaged woman. I am.
You said what?
And I'm a damaged woman. I wouldn't want that for my son. No.
Mm,
I'm a
right.
good person, but why would I want to put burden on him? I know that my damage could be a burden to someone that's really trying to love me if they don't understand my pain. But no, I wouldn't. Where I'm at now in life, if I was to get some of these unresolved issues worked out, I'm get you one just like mama. But right now, no.
You have dogged out men in the past, right?
I won't say I've dogged men out in the past. Like I said, there was one incident where the one was interested in me, and I played around with that. But other than that, no. Like I've never been that type of person because I know what it's like to be hurt like that.
Yeah, I don't believe in dogging women out either, man. I don't believe in just taking advantage of nobody, like just to get sex out of them or get money. I just feel like that's just low. But I don't know, this society, that's the norm. That's cool nowadays.
It is.
We can get money out of this person, and I'm gonna go to the next person to get some money out of, and I'm gonna just go to them and get sex. That's why I feel like it's a bad cycle right now. Terrible cycle. Do you remember the first time you gave head?
I do.
How old you was?
hmm I think I was 16.
You remember we was at or
I do. I was in my blue PT Cruiser. I had driven to like a neighboring town. I was meeting up with this guy. We met behind this building. I parked my car behind the building, and he got in the car with me, and that happened.
mm, yeah. You had like swallow his kids or
Oh my god. I did at the time. I did at the time. Yes,
they say plus size women give good head though. Is that true?
that's very accurate.
Mm. And they
It's
stay and
very
y'all stay wet though. Y'all stay wet.
yes, that's very true as well.
Mm. Right, right. You are you wet at this moment?
No crazy.
Right, right. Okay. Uh, okay. You enjoy giving head? Well, you,
I do, and it's one of those things that you have to enjoy. If you don't like doing it, it's not going to be good. If you look at it as a chore, I mean, another thing, I'm going to say this, I'm not going to be down there all night. When you hear about women be down there like 20, 30, 40 minutes, I'm not going to be down there like that. I'm going to
how
take
long?
care
How
of it.
long you get head? 5 minutes.
No, but about 10 minutes and it's going to be done with. I mean, especially if I don't feel like doing anything else, like I'm just trying to help you out. Look, we're going to do this. Now leave me alone. I'm going to sleep. Like,
Damn. Okay. So that the first time you lost your virginity at 16 too, or that was the first time just giving head?
no, I didn't lose my virginity till I was 18.
And why so late though? Kind of late though.
Um, I was actually molested as a child,
Oh wow.
and that really turned me off of things like that. So in certain aspects, I started later because that bothered me.
Mm, interesting. A lot of women. I seen a report. I said like 60% of black women have been sexually assaulted before the age of 18.
I
I was
believe
like,
that,
wow, that's crazy.
and I've been assaulted a couple times in my life, like when I was a kid, and when I was 18, it happened to me again, like another situation. But no, that's why I waited a while. 'Cause
Was it people you know, or your boyfriend, a family member, or your uncle? Like who was it?
when I was a kid, it was an older cousin.
You was a
Um,
what?
when I was a kid, it was an older cousin.
Hmm.
Um, and when I was 18, it was like a 30-year-old guy that was around my. I was watching my friend's kids, and her one of her friends was there, and the guy told me he wanted to talk to me, and now I realize now how naive I was when he told me he wanted to talk to me, and I went with him where he went to. Um, but it was a situation where I was like, well, why can't we talk right here? And he's like, no, I just want to talk to you for a minute. And they literally like pulled me into a room, turned the lights off, and locked the door. And they made me aware that I was going to have to do something for them if I wanted to leave the room. So it was fight or flight, and I had to
Did
tell
he hit
him.
you or like?
No, he didn't hit me. He was just I did what he asked me to do. He was aggressive, and plus I couldn't see. So when everything was over with, now I did have a bruised lip, and that person they wanted to humiliate me. They did something when they left that I just really looked back on that I didn't like. But
So they got hit you, and
no, he
what
didn't
did
hit me because he pressed against me so hard. Like he forced me to like give him some head, and I didn't bite the man or anything. That's the one thing I wish I would have did is bit him. But at the same time, it's dark. I can't see. I don't know what you have. These people, this person has been to jail before. But like they like pressed against me so hard they were mashed against me. And when, like I said, when they left, like my mouth was bruised from where they had just been so rough when they were like doing things to me. So, and then my friend came back afterwards because I actually had to stay in the general vicinity of that, in the apartment where until my friend came back, and I didn't tell her about it for a while. I didn't say anything to anybody about it for a while. But that's been about 10 years ago.
Or did you go to the cops or let your parents know anything? Your father know, your mother know?
It wasn't that kind of situation where, like, I had an older father. I knew my dad would probably go and shoot him and go to jail, so I didn't want to do that. And then at the time, my mom's dad was dying. At the time, he was not doing well. And, I just dealt with it myself. I did what I had always done. I dealt with things. Like, I didn't. I just let it
Right.
go. And I regret letting that go because who knows what else he's done to other people, that person. So.
Right. I just feel like, man, I wish people will report things like this so you won't continue to do this with somebody else because, with that mindset, he's going to continue to do that with more women and he's not going to stop. People like that ain't going to stop.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true.
so I just feel like more women need to speak out more on it. I know it's shameful, embarrassing. You blame yourself, but it's not. I know it's a cliche, but it ain't your fault though. Yeah. That's a very unfortunate situation. You said it happened twice. Wow.
Yeah, when I was a kid, now that situation, I was very uncomfortable, obviously, around that family member. Like I said, it was an older cousin. You know how it is. Black folks, grown ups are talking. Go play. It was a situation like that. Well, it. I don't know what he'd been exposed to, but he wanted to like. He was talking about, well, we're gonna play mommy and daddy. Like, he's just started fondling me and. He gave me a baby doll and stuff like that, and then started fondling me and like putting the baby doll to my chest, and then like he went from like dry humping me and stuff to I finally had said, like, look, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I really did have to go pee. I wish I would have just peed on myself and went to my mom because honestly, I went in the bathroom and I will never forget this particular bathroom, the lock didn't lock. It had been messed up for a long time. He came in there and he told me to stand up, and I remember he got behind me and I remember him trying to insert himself inside of me. And like I said, I was about 7 at the time when this happened. It didn't go on for very long. I remember pain. I remember then I heard my mom coming and he ran out, but before running out, telling me not to tell anybody. So, and then I was forced to be around him because he was a relative ever so often. Luckily, I didn't have to see him frequently because he lived out of town. But you never get over seeing someone again once they've violated you, and then they're like, oh, are you going to speak to so and so? When you go in black folks' house, you have to talk. Oh, did you speak? And then little do they know they're making me speak to someone who's attacked me, but they didn't know. So, and I didn't talk about that with my parents or my mother for many years, and she has a hard time with that now.
She still talk to that individual.
She doesn't have to see them, really, but she's been lucky to avoid them because it's a situation to where she doesn't feel like she can control herself, which is honestly understandable at this point. She said, my mom was one of those moms at that point in time. I couldn't go anywhere, but like I said, it was a private conversation. I wasn't to hear. Children weren't to hear, and she said to know that you were just feet from me in another room, and this is going on. She said, you just don't know the guilt I have for that.
So your mother feel guilty.
She does, and my mother was also molested as a child as well, so she has a real problem with that kind of thing.
Man, that's the definition of a certified sucker right there, man. Just filthy, man. That's foul. Uh, I was touched as a child too, by the way. Yeah, man. It's a terrible feeling right there, man. You feel useless, worthless. That's why I feel like a lot of women are promiscuous. uh, they've been exposed at a young age to this. Been violated, perverted. Uh, it's terrible, man. This is a terrible cycle right now.
It
Uh,
is.
yeah, it's just terrible. So none of these guys been ever like reported. Basically, they basically just
My cousin, he went on to, he has a child. I think he just had a second baby. He's living his life. He don't, and we don't speak, obviously. He acts strange around me when I have seen him, just like I acted strange around him. But I was always the one acting strange, if that makes sense. And the last time I really had to deal with him is when our grandfather died. He was so upset that he forgot it was me, I guess, and he just was crying and he wrapped his arms around me, just crying as hard as he could. And I was so angry because it's just like, of course I can't show my ass in here. Of course I can't push you away here because it's our grandfather's funeral. I can't. So I endured it. I just let him hug me for a minute and until he got himself together and went away. But as an adult, I've not had to endure him very much. So that's been 9 years ago now, where I had to see him and he hugged me like that at our grandfather's funeral. But other than that, I've not. I've avoided him. I've stayed away.
yeah. I definitely think you recommend you go back to therapy, man, counseling. Talk with a pastor, somebody. Nobody should have to deal with something like that right there. Nobody should feel worthless or devalued like that. It's terrible, man. Very, very important situation right there. Do you still beat yourself up about things like this?
I don't. The only thing that I do is it is a memory. I realize it's never going to go away. It happened. I'll never forget it. It's not something I can just push out of my brain. I don't blame myself for that. The only thing that bothers me is that I can be washing dishes and it flashes before my eyes. I could be driving and those instances flash before my eyes. It's all something I've carried with me. One of those incidents almost for 2 decades, the other one almost for a decade, and they will walk with me the rest of my life. And I do have enough common sense to realize that these things have affected my relationships with people. They have affected my life. I'm sure that's why I've had some relationship issues and trust issues, obviously. And like I said, I do intend to go back to therapy. I'm not against therapy. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, anti-therapy. I know I should go back. I've just learned to sort of deal with it. And my therapy for myself right now is talking about it. I can be open about it. There was a point in time where I was so ashamed to discuss that. I speak it from the rooftops. I've, I don't have a problem talking about it now because you know what? That lets the pain out.
Yeah, man, you gotta speak on it, man. When you speak on it, you gotta free yourself. Gotta free yourself with that. But speaking on it, man, you can release so much, man. We need a lot of releasing. Uh, yeah, that's foul right there. That's foul. That's foul. I also seen you had a band. What made you buy the band?
I have always loved those old conversion vans. Like I was watching videos of them. I've wanted one for a few years now. But I finally this year I was like, I'm gonna get my van. So I bought a 1984 Chevy G20 for $800. It was a
Mm.
Sleeping Beauty. The previous owner had died, and the wife just couldn't bring herself to drive it anymore. So, literally, it sat for 5 years, and my dad put a battery in it. My dad's a mechanic. Started right up. They just don't make stuff like that anymore. So I'm literally going to turn it into my little Barbie van. Like it's going to be painted hot pink. Going to have Barbie stuff in it. I can't wait. It's my baby.
Is it still got original motor in it, engine and
It,
everything?
it does.
Wow. And what brand is it? Like Ford, Chevy?
It's a Chevy.
Oh wow. They don't make cars like that no more. They had good quality motors back then. Interesting. Interesting. Is that your main car or is it just like your side car?
No, that's actually my second car. That I have a Kia Forte, a
Yeah,
black one.
flat screen TVs in it and stuff. Or
I'm going to I just got it back in March, so I just dropped 350 on it about a month ago. I needed a tune up because it's old. Um, right now, and then it's going. The next thing is I've got to get my AC serviced, and I have to replace some fuses for my power windows. After that, I can focus on more of like the little glitzy stuff I want to do, like getting it painted, and then having like a TV installed in there, and then having the Barbie stuff put in it. But I love it, and I've even had a custom license plate that says Fat Barbie put on it because I call myself on that my other entity the Fat Barbie. So
Wow, that's interesting right there. 1984. That car is 36 years old. Damn.
and
That's
she
amazing.
still and I take it for drives. It stays at my parents' house right now because they live off in the cut, and I'm in the city limits. But I go over there and I take it for a drive. It rides really good. I love it.
Oh wow, that's cool. That's real dope right there. I was wondering. I was like, man, there's like I seen the radio thing in it too, and like, wow,
It
you
has
really like?
the CB radio. I can't wait to use it.
Does it really work?
I've never used it, but I have to get a one. There's an antenna on my roof that I have to get and put back on there, and it'll work. But it still turns on and everything. Um,
You can hear the radio like from it, the original radio.
I don't have it hooked up right yet, but
Oh,
I
okay.
know that it will work because the everything still turns on up there. It's just not hooked up right.
Oh wow, that's dope right there. I think I want to get into classic cars too, though, man. Definitely. It's kind of like the Scooby Doo van with Velma in them, the Scooby Doo mobile and shit. I was like, what the hell?
I've got back doors on the back of it that I like to just go sit in the. I like to go sit in the trunk with the back doors open and listen to music. My kid loves it. He can't wait. He can't wait till we actually start driving it more. Um, but yeah, I love my van. I love Barbie.
Mm. It'd be good for like when you're doing music, you having that like an album. They're gonna be wondering why her van like that. You can be like, go stream my music on platform. I think that'd be a good marketing strategy right there.
I'm gonna have some bumpers. I have some on there already, but some custom bumper stickers made and stuff. And I already know because of the loud color, I'm gonna have it painted. When people see me around town, they'll, oh, you see the pink van? They're like, oh, that's Billie. Like, okay, like they'll know it's me.
Right. It's kind of like the hot girl. What it was the pretty girls love trap music, and Two Chains was doing that movement with the paint. I was like, oh, that's some brilliant branding right there. I was like, that's marketing right there. That was definitely dope. That's dope right there. Does it have like a bed back there too, or how's it
It,
set up?
it has a couch that turns into a bed in the very back. It's got two captain chairs, and then it has the two captain chairs in the front actually turn around to the back. And there used to be a table there, and people could sit there and eat, but I took the table out.
Oh, wow, that's dope. And they got a whole bed in there too,
It's got a couch that turns into a bed.
and they got like a bathroom in there.
No, there's no bathroom in there. Because people think all the time when they say, oh, is it a camper? Like, it's not a camper. I can install one in there because people do, and I've watched videos about it. But, I'm never going to, like, live in there or anything. So,
I think I was like, damn, all you need is a bathroom and shit. You can got them travel across the world and shit with that. That shit lit. That's lit right there. Hey man, I appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping by. One more. What do body positivity be to you? I be seeing that I know on your page.
body positivity is accepting my flaws. Like, okay, like I don't have an hourglass figure. I've got fupa. I've got cellulite and all that. That's me accepting me. Like, and I want other people to accept me for me. But even if they don't, I accept me because there was a point in time where I wanted to really trim down and not have to be. I wanted to feel like all the other women. But you know what? Now I'm at a place where this is who I am. God made me this way. I want other people to look in the mirror and love themselves as they are. If you're skinny, if you're 90 pounds, love yourself. If you're 300 pounds, love yourself. Like, don't let anyone make you not be you just because of what you see on TV. Because the magazines, those women in the magazines are not happy. A lot of them have a lot of issues, unresolved issues, and they come out years later and tell it. Like,
Mm.
you should love yourself. Take care of yourself. You were made the way you were supposed to be. And I
I ain't
realized,
pushing for like fitness. I want everybody to be fit health wise. I ain't trying to say everybody got to look like an Instagram model, and wear a size zero or whatever the case may be. But I'm pushing for fitness. But I feel like social media magazines did try to put a stigma on what beauty is. But
they
I'm
did.
always for fitness, pro fitness. I want everybody to live long and just be productive and feel good about themselves. But you know, yeah, social media does have a part where beauty is standardized Western society, they try to make it seem what real beauty is, and real beauty is like being comfortable and loving yourself, and it's in the eye of the beholder. Real beauty.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the movie Shallow Hal. You ever seen it?
I have not.
You should watch it. It's a got a good concept. It got Jack Black in it. I think he got Gwen Paltrow. I don't, you know, familiar with her? She's a white actress.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah, it's a very good movie though. You should check it out. But I appreciate you, man, stopping by, showing love. You got any shout outs, anything?
No, just for anybody watching, I just want to spread my message of love yourself, be yourself. You are a soul and a body, and you have to walk through your journey in your body for the rest of your life. Live for you. As long as you're not out here hurting anybody, do you? That's all I ask. I wanted to send a positive message to you all. Um, just be yourself. Life is short.
All right, big fast. Hey, man, you enjoy the rest of your night.
Bye.
Yeah.